Hello everyone, welcome to the Ginger Snaps here's month of HORROR-WEEN, where I'll be discussing the Halloween franchise. I am your host, Stephen Harold, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my sharpest knives, the top 15 best Halloween characters. Now, of course, everyone always has their differences of opinion. They always have to have their top 5 or their top 10. I wanted to do my top 15 just because of the simple fact that my favorite number is number 15. And with the Halloween franchise, there is a lot of characters to go through, and I just happened to nail it down to the final 15. So just make sure, if you don't agree with the picks I have, sound them off in the comments down below. Let me know who you guys think are your top 15, or hell, even top 10 or top 5. So other than that, guys, let's begin the list. At number 15, we have Annie Brackett from the Rob Zombie Halloween and Halloween 2 films. This was obviously portrayed by Danielle Harris, and she is one of the characters who is the saving grace of the Rob Zombie films. It's the reasons why I get through them a lot. Especially having Danielle Harris come back to the Halloween franchise, it was such a unique thing to have. And for her to play a different character, obviously, was also very unique. Now, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, you guys saw my review on it. If you guys haven't, go watch it, it's a blast. But I pretty much credit her and another character as the only two good things and two good characters that are in this movie. And honestly, when it comes to the both portrayals of Annie in both the original and in the remake, I prefer Danielle Harris's performance a lot more. At number 14 on this list, we, again, go back to the Rob Zombie films, Sheriff Lee Brackett, who is played by Brad Dourif in this film. Now, there's a reason why I actually like Brad Dourif's performance over Charles Cypher's, because Charles Cypher's playing, Sheriff Brackett in Halloween's 1 and 2, and then eventually coming back for Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills, obviously, he was a lot older, but Halloween 1978... You're supposed to believe this guy is supposed to hunt down a serial killer with Dr. Loomis when he can't even smell weed in his daughter's car. As for the Rob Zombie films, you actually get to know Dr. Loomis, Sheriff Brackett a little bit more. His interaction with even Malcolm McDowell's Dr. Loomis is quite fucking unique. I mean, you have Alex from A Clockwork Orange and Chucky from Child's Play having a conversation, which is just mind-blowing, to say the least. But Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, you really get to see the acting chops of Brad Dourif as that character. He is one of the things that does the movie good for me in a way, even though I think the movie's a steaming pile of shit. Nonetheless, Brad Dourif was such a great casting choice in the Rob Zombie films, and that's why him and Annie just happen to be on this list. At number 13, we will have Karen Strode from the new timeline, Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. I actually don't mind her character. Judy Greer is a very underrated actress. I really loved her in all the other films she has done. I was immensely upset when she was in Jurassic World for like a blip and you miss it. Like I honestly thought that's what they were gonna do with her in 2018, was just like, oh, yeah, establish that Laurie has a daughter and then she gets killed off or whatever. But I'm glad they actually stuck with her to at least Halloween Kills. She obviously is a character who was raised by Laurie, knew how to shoot a gun at the age of 8 or 12, and then, is trying to live a normal life, not with this paranoia, and is brutally honest with her own mother, Laurie, until Michael does come in. But then, of course, in Halloween Kills, it's a switch. It's the thing that Laurie was always talking to Karen about, which is, he came after me. And that's what Karen has done. She's thinking that Michael was coming to the hospital. Turns out Michael couldn't even give two flying fucks about it. And to see her resolve all the way to the end, even when she finally died, it was one of the characters I truly missed, and one of the best parts of the new timeline. And honestly, that's why Karen does make it on this list. At number 12, we have Frank Hawkins from Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. Now, he is kind of low on the list because of Halloween Ends. He wasn't really shown that much. But in Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills, you get a lot with his character. Well, not really much of Halloween Kills, but he's there for the exposition. You realize they put him a tie-in with him in 1978, where he was the officer who prevented Dr. Loomis from even killing Michael. So a lot of baggage there. And just having Will, like the actor himself, doing this as Will Patton, it's one of his best performances. I mean, a lot of people even say, like, oh, you know, the other movies like Armageddon that he's been in and whatnot, and they love him in that movie, even though he's barely the main focal point in that movie. But I just love what they had done with Frank Hawkins. Yes, Halloween Ends, you don't really get much time with him, but nonetheless, another very memorable character, and just showing what they could do with a new character to just flip him into the timeline back to 1978 was a great touch. At number 11 on this list, I'm going to have Tommy Doyle from Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Now, yes, Tommy Doyle has been portrayed by many actors. I mean, we had the little glimpse of him in Halloween 4. We had him in Halloween 1978. And of course, as we all know, Anthony Michael Hall's performance, Evil Dies Tonight in Halloween Kills. But it's always Tommy Doyle in Halloween 6 that intrigues everybody. I mean, being played for the first time in his first acting role by Paul Rudd. Everyone has now, who has judged Paul Rudd's performance in this movie, have now come around to appreciating it in a lot of ways. Even the Marvel fans, when you tell them, like, yeah, he was in Halloween 6, they're like, wait, what? He was? Then they go watch and they're like, yeah, I kind of like his performance. I never had a problem with Paul Rudd before. He just kind of was like, I think he was just miscasted. But now, after watching him again, after doing the review, it was like, you know, he's given it his all for his first film and for the script that they wrote, the many scripts that they wrote. But yeah, other than that, that's why I do believe Tommy Doyle from Halloween 6 permanently belongs on this list, especially the beatdown he gives Michael. At number 10, we have Sheriff Ben Meeker from Halloween 4 and 5, but specifically Halloween 4's Ben Meeker. I love this character. Like, he is the one guy that when he became sheriff and Dr. Loomis is saying, like, oh, Michael's here, he doesn't like, oh, fuck, I don't even, what are you on? Like, you know, I don't give a shit, whatever. He is full on engaged with it. He's like, all right, let's go hunt him. And I love that about his character. He gives so much focal point to the whole entire story of Halloween 4, and the fact that he's a driven character. I love the fact that there was even a script written where Ben Meeker has a fight with Michael in the basement of Halloween 4. And I wish they had shot that. It would have been a nice finale, but of course, you know, he managed to survive at the end of Halloween 4. Gets put in Halloween 5 where you barely get to see him, and then they kill him off by the fucking men in black, and then all of a sudden it's like, you don't even get to see him dead. But he's dead. Other than that, Ben Meeker is one of the best characters in the franchise alone, and such a welcome addition, especially with Halloween 4. Also, spoiler alert, guys, get ready for a lot of characters from Halloween 4 on this list. At number 9, we have Brady from Halloween 4. I love Brady for so much. The fact that he is in a relationship with Rachel, he wants to, you know, he's trying to feel his way up in the world, especially trying to be a player and whatnot. He goes and shacks up with the sheriff's daughter, and then when the shit hits the fan, he is more concerned about what's going on, especially with the town's history with Michael Myers, and just the confrontation between him and Michael at the stairway. The fact that he was putting up a fight, even though it was a losing fucking battle, was such a cool thing to see. Remember, this was before Tommy Doyle, right? And to see someone stand up to Michael in that way, like, I ain't gonna back down until, you know, he dies. One of the most respectable characters in the whole entire franchise. I love fucking Brady for that. At number 8, we have Allison from Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. I love this new addition. Now, I know a lot of people will say, like, it's not Jamie Lloyd, or it's not her son, who everyone fucking forgets about half the fucking time. I love Allison. She is the granddaughter of Laurie Strode. She wants to get close with her, but is also like, look, you gotta get over Michael Myers. She sees Michael Myers after killing her friend. She now knows the boogeyman's real. Then in Halloween Kills, she goes and tries to hunt him with no training whatsoever. And then, breaks her leg. She's trying to fight with Michael and she's just overpowered. Then, of course, we see her in Halloween Ends, where she's kind of a different character. And to see her actually make it all the way to Halloween Ends and survives is such a great thing to see. I love Annie Matrick's performance in all three fucking films, and worthy on this list of some of the best characters in the Halloween franchise. At number 7, we have Rachel from Halloween 4. I wish I could say Rachel from Halloween 5 as well, but we barely got to see her in that movie. Rachel was, she was so self-centered. She was all about herself, being on a diet, being in love with, or being with Brady and Brady and whatnot. But I love that when Michael finally comes in the picture, you see an arc with her character. She is caring for Jamie. She is there to sacrifice herself if it's even a possibility. She is there to even face Michael herself. And I just love Rachel. Everyone loves Rachel in Halloween 4. I'm one of them. Remember, Halloween 4 was the first Halloween film I ever saw, and I always had this attachment to Rachel. She is one of the best characters, and Ellie Cornell playing her was probably one of the best choices you could make. She was so girl next door and so likable. That's why we were all pissed that she got killed off in 5 and let Tina take over. We got no justice for fucking Rachel, and it's a damn shame because she is one of the best characters in the franchise. At number 6, Connor Cochran from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Daniel Hurley played a character that you felt warm around. You felt like you could relate to this guy. You can be around this guy and have a great time, but not see the darkness behind it. He played such a great character in Halloween 3 that, he's supposed to be this business guy who's selling masks, and then turns out he's actually there to kill all of the children in the world because of the Celtic origins of Halloween or Samhain. And even his line deliveries are so ominous. But it's like the thing I heard before. The best talkers in wrestling are the ones that speak quietly because then everyone listens. He spoke very quietly, and everyone fucking listened to a point where everyone kind of realized, he kind of has a point. But nonetheless, Daniel Hurley, he did such a great performance in this movie, and I can't even say, oh, he doesn't belong on the list. Dude, he does belong on the list. At number 5, I'll call you Monday. It is Dr. Chalice from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Tom Atkins is one of the reasons why I love Halloween 3. He is that guy of the 80s. Like I said in my review, guys, he's like the pimp of the 80s. He slept with Jamie Lee Curtis in The Fog. He got with Ellie in Halloween 3. This guy was a pimp. And I love him, even though he's not much of a doctor in that fucking movie. But I just love his performance. Tom Atkins is, that movie alone makes me want to meet him so much. And just talk to him about Halloween 3. It's like, dude, it's one of your best fucking movies. And he is definitely one of the best fucking characters in the franchise's history. You could fight me on this because, it doesn't have Michael Myers. Fuck off. He's still a worthy contender and proud recipient of being on this list. At number 4, we have Jamie Lloyd from Halloween 4. Yes, Danielle Harris is back on this list because she did such a great job with both times she was on. Now, I know there's a lot of people who really love Danielle Harris. I'm one of the fans as well. I'm also a fan of other people we'll get to. But to see her in Halloween 4, I was able to relate to her because of the fact that, it was made in 1988. I was born in 1992. But seeing it for the first time, I was scared for her. I wanted her to survive Michael Myers. I wanted her to desperately survive. And Danielle Harris's performance with being a little girl, especially that young of an age, in a horror movie, Jamie Lloyd was just one of the best characters that was introduced in the Halloween franchise when, you know, shit kind of goes AWOL with the whole entire fucking franchise with the whole brother-sister storyline. But nonetheless, I still love her in Halloween 4. If I had to say which was the best Jamie Lloyd film in the Thorn trilogy, it's obviously Halloween 4. Halloween 5, I wish I could say, like, she starts talking, like, at the end of the movie, but, you know, like, the whole her being mute and shit, and we had to deal with Tina. But nonetheless, Danielle Harris does belong on this list, and it's only fitting that she's at number 4. At number 3, it is Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode is the reason why we have Final Girls. Okay? Jamie Lee Curtis's portrayal as Laurie Strode is going down in history as one of the best female roles. She has given back to this franchise so much with Halloween 1978, Halloween 2, H2O, then Resurrection, but then the new timeline with Halloween 2018, Kills and Ends. I know there's some people who are very negative towards her and everything, and guys, you gotta remember, she's an actor who doesn't like fucking horror movies. She doesn't watch them. Not every actor is gonna watch the same genre they star in, okay? Like, you guys are shitting all over Jamie Lee Curtis, but why aren't you shitting over, like, you know, Johnny Depp? The guy barely ever talks about Nightmare on Elm Street. But nonetheless, Laurie Strode, just the journey we've had in the 44 plus years with this character, with the multiple timelines, even the fucking Rob Zombie remake, it's nice to see that this character was loved and respected. And you only had to thank Jamie Lee Curtis for bringing that. No matter what timeline it is, whether they're related, they're not related, it doesn't matter. Everyone always has to tip their hat to Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. At number 2 on the list, no question about it, Dr. Sam Loomis, portrayed by Donald Pleasence. He is the reason why the Halloween films stayed relevant after Jamie Lee Curtis wasn't in them anymore. Halloween 4, 5, and 6 are the reasons why they're watchable for Donald Pleasence's performance. There's a reason why he kept saying to Mustafa Akkad that, you know, oh, I'm going to stop probably at 22. He loved this character. He relished this character. It was the one character that brought him so much fame, especially, like, could you imagine, guys, going to a horror convention and Donald Pleasence was still alive? Do you know how fucking thankful he would have been to the fans? So damn thankful. There's a reason why Donald Pleasence's performance is so memorable as Dr. Loomis, but even the fact that Dr. Loomis was originally the Van Helsing to Michael's Dracula. Laurie Strode had to pick that up right after, but you'll never forget your first. And that's why Donald Pleasence's Dr. Loomis is at number 2. And at number 1 on this list is going to be Deborah Myers' Ghost from Halloween 2 from Rob Zombie. I'm just kidding! Obviously, it's Michael Myers. He is the template. He is the reason why we have so many slasher films. Okay? All you Friday the 13th fans, you wouldn't exist without Michael Myers. Nightmare on Elm Street fans, you wouldn't exist without Michael Myers. Michael Myers obviously is one of the best slasher villains in history. He's always in a top 3, he's always in a top 5. And everything about him, from all the timelines, all the different designs, all the different masks, it doesn't matter what is your favorite. You all love Michael Myers. We all appreciate Michael Myers. We see him in any of the movies besides, 3. We cherish it. I wanted so desperately to see Michael Myers come back after Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I finally fucking got it. There are so many actors who have portrayed him so well, from, your Nick Castles, your Dick Warlocks, your George P. Wilburds, your Kevin Durans, your Tyler Maines, hell, and of course, your James Jude Courtneys. Nonetheless, they all are actors who brought Michael Myers to life. And there's a reason why. There's a difference between Halloween fans and Michael Myers fans. I just happen to be in the middle. I love the Halloween franchise, but I really love Michael Myers. and it kind of shows. That's why Michael Myers is number 1 in the top 15 best Halloween characters. So tell me guys, what does your list consist of? Who's in your top 5, or hell, who's even in your top 10? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you also give it that thumbs up and also subscribe for more spooky content. Don't forget to hit that bell notification just so you can get notified on all the other videos coming out for the remainder of this month. Anyways guys, that's it for me. This has been the Ginger Snaps Here's Month of Horror-WEEN. I'm Stephen Harold, and remember, everyone's entitled to one good scare.